So we talked about the class hierarchy, right? At the top, we will have a corporate office object. Its instance variable will be an array list of branch banking objects. We'll have 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then each branch banking object is going to have an array list of clients. And we're going to set them to 4. So it'd be like 1 client, 2 clients, 3 clients, 4 clients. And so if we were going to draw out our program, like the way our objects are all set up, this would be how it looks. And so now the question is how do we get the client's information to be created? How do we get each of these clients to be created with their client's information, right? And so what we could do is what we've done in problem set 4, and in the branch banking object construct the branch banking class's constructor, we could just stick in new clients with stock information, right? So this would be like Daniel, Tom, Jim, and Fred, right, with a certain balance. But the only problem with that is that we would do that 4 times, right? 1 for each branch banking object that we create in the corporate objects constructor. So then each of these clients would be the same with the same balances, right? So we don't want that. We want them to all be unique, just for testing purposes, right, with the username and passwords. So how do we get that done, where each client has a unique set of instance variable values, right? Well, I went ahead and started to put that together, and I figured that it was less than trivial. So I went ahead and spent some time and put that together. If you go to the BankAccount project and you scroll down to the bottom, there's a starter pack here that you can download. And if you do download it, well, maybe I could just go ahead and download it. I'll go ahead I'll fix that. But if you go ahead and download it, you will get a set of classes that look like this, right? We have our corporate office, and if we open that up, we have an array of branch banking objects, right? We have our branch banking class, and in that we have an instance variable that is an array list of client objects, right, called client list. And then in our client class, we have a set of instance variables and a constructor, right? Okay, and then in our driver, what I did is something that I really don't want to talk about in this video, but I set up the code so that this array list here contains all of the information that we're going to use to create all of our client objects. So these first 4 will be the information used for these first 4 client objects, and then these next 4 would be the first name, last name, username, password, personal account balance, business account balance for the clients in our second branch banking object. And then this one would be our third, and this one would be our fourth, right? And so when we go ahead and create our corporate office object, we pass it that array list that has all of this information, and then the code that I wrote goes ahead and creates all of those client objects. So you don't have to know how that works, but if you do want to know, then I'm going to make a second video that details how I set that all up. And I tested it by writing the constructor and writing the 2 strings for all of those classes and printing it out here, and it does work. It's fine. So you can go ahead and use that to put together the BankAccount project.